This is my first time playing a visual novel, and it's Higurashi When They Cry, which is the current series that I'm watching right now on this channel. But I figured out, hey, if there's a lot of comments saying that the visual novel experience is totally different from the anime because they may cut a lot of content. So yeah, I see that it's free on Steam. So why not just give it a go for the first chapter? And I know that it's gonna take like 20 hours. So don't expect this to be a series. It could be my first and only impression, depending on how my enjoyment on also the reception on YouTube. But the anime, I will definitely gonna watch the second half of the first season. But right now, my first impression with the aspect ratio of this game is very old. I know that there may be some kind of mod that modify this aspect ratio, but also this I just downloaded it from Steam. I didn't download any mod or anything, but it's already said the 7th expansion. So maybe there's some kind of default built-in mod somewhere. Just like I said, I have no idea about this game or this visual novel. And also I have no experience with visual novel, which means I feel probably I probably feel stupid doing this, but I mean, it's the first impression after all. I know that a lot of you really want to see somebody struggling to playing this visual novel. I know it's just reading a book and voicing character. I don't know, is there any voice acting in this one? Probably not, right? This is an old ass game. This intro is pretty long enough. So, yeah, let's start this game. Oh, visual novel. Onikakushi. Yep. Welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakushi arc will be the opening, inviting you into the world. Don't play tough. Please just enjoy the life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. Okay, in terms of the anime, this arc is probably my favorite arc so far. I know this is gonna be weird, like because I watched the anime before the visual novel. I think a bunch of people watch the anime before read the visual novel, so I'm not the special one here. So yeah, I feel like the cicada's noise is too loud. Okay, just what was that? Please do not lament. I will forgive you, and will not forgive you. Please do not lament. Lament, I will forgive you. So please thank you for your Frederica Beth. Is this a real quote? I don't know. What language is this? This is a work of fiction. Okay. And the rest okay. 1983, Showa era, 58. Okay, just like the anime. Please do not jump scare me. Because I kind of love and hate the first arc in the anime too. If it was going to be ripped apart away, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. I trusted her. This is Katie, right? No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize, yeah, Rena, right? This is the sound. I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears, those are that technical, repetitious sound finally stilled and everything fell silent. Only the cry of cicadas remained, annoyingly loud, and yet I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She is no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because of their none to show. If she had no tears to shed of me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. But why there's no stopping point, huh? Then why this pain in my eyes getting moist? Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently, "My spirit has suffered enough. And countless times, I waver over whether I should just throw the better thing away. Except I stubbornly refuse to do that, haven't I? I feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand the painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me. Yeah? I've tried. I tried more than enough. I'm acknowledged that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with care, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget to little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the horn that crunch the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Wait, is this Rena speaking? Yeah, just later. Perhaps I really did love you. Higurashi, when they cry. Wow, that's a long intro scene. I thought that there's going to be a pause button. Okay, here we go. Some mechanics here. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. Okay, so let's see here. I never, like I said before, I never play a vision novel. Oh, is this too loud? Shit, I'm not sure either. Is it too loud? Skip. This is a skip button. Is this like... Okay, just a log. Menu. Quick save, quick load. Ooh, the background music is too loud. I don't know on the OBS end though. Anyway, because this is my first time, I feel very nervous right now with this recording. Okay, somebody has been apologizing for it. I wonder what she's apologizing for. Is this train sound? It felt not a train. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads, the melodious cacophony. Okay, I'm not a native English speaker. I don't know this word, but cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. Okay, it's the station. I don't know why I double guessed myself that was not the train. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks and the cicadas and the cry of Higurashi. The evening cicadas. Okay, so Higurashi is some kind of a cicada? Man, there's a lot of information already. That did the anime skip, huh? I mean, it's hard to adapt all of this. There's no visual. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. Okay, burger joint. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. Even an ice cream parlor would be unlikely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. Okay, I think I remember this from a comment. Let's say that Okonomiya. Yeah, Okonomiya. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years. I never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologized so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there is nothing that I can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done any? She really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Keiji, we're almost there. Okay, this is the mom. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap. Okay, so his dad, my father's prodding. Shit. Were there train stations in the beginning episode? Maybe there were, but okay. Shit, my memory lost. I've only just watched 13 episodes. Come on. Keiji, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seems the train has reached its final stop. Is there any lock here? Oh, you can go back to these dialogues, huh? Okay. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. Yeah. Ooh, I like the art here. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. Oh, okay, I love that there are some transport scene. I can't see why they skipped that. Skip this. Okay, that car. I don't know how to describe this visual though. Oh, the cicadas pass where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opens up. Hinamizawa, yeah? There? Why leave now? Hinamizawa. Black bar, of course. Higurashi when they cry. I think it's like the third time that they show the damn logo. Okay, Keiichi's house. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still has a frigid bite. Although within the change, you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Man, this after I read of like only 10 minutes, man, there's a lot of words. I know it's a novel, but I don't read a lot of novel either, so nothing but trees. So that's why I feel that everything's too wordy for me. That's it. I just hasn't had a lot of experience in this kind of a novel. I mean, even normal novel or light novel, even I don't read that. The neighboring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air has its own taste. Bro describing air. Oh, okay. Music change. I quickly finished and ready. and getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. Okay, familiar room. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, I mean, he's the painter. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about it. It was just because it looks easy. I never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg and grilled salmon. My mom was such a good cook. It was scary. Man, I don't know, is this how you play visual novel? I feel like I'm an audiobook right now. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule. My mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy. You've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a voice crack after being praised for being good. Football or rice? Or will half be enough? Pile it on. First, I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with an egg. Great. Between bites of rice, I enjoy the crunch of the pickles. Man, maybe I don't experience enough novel. I don't even know that they even describe this shit too. A pint of rice, the crunch of pickles. Okay, not bad at all. Excellent, as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning, that was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that was what you call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Rena-chan? Hurry, hurry. Hayaku. Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking for people. Coming to meet me every day without fail. I bet she does. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day would be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Reina wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door. Yeah, his big ass house is the same, the anime. Please thank Reina-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, weren't they? If I know that, I would have savored them a bit more. Morning. Okay, Ohio from Reina. Finally, we got a visual, a character visual. Yep. Okay, even though I don't know anything about this, but there is some. This is a default mod, right, in the Steam version. I know that there's some older version of it, and basically the character visual looks 2000. Let's just go with that. I know I'm gonna say shit, but it's different. It's artistic, I guess, but I don't like their hand being some kind of make of glazzy sausage or something. But this visual style looks very 2010s. Or should I say just normal anime art style. Keiji-kun, good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're awake so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I'm sleeping in, I will keep you waiting. Oh man, but for her visual, I think that the anime captured her graciness way better. I think that I like her... this thingy of her hair be longer though. This feel like she's just a normal girl now. She doesn't look unique. Let's just go back. I think that I like the anime visual more in terms of her current design. If I'm sleeping, I'll keep you waiting. She's so conscientious and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiji-kun, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I leave you in the dust without looking back. Why are you so mean? Why? Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding. I'd wait for you. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I wait forever until you came, Rena. No matter how long. Will we get a KG visual? The visual? I know this is just a first-person perspective and weird KG. Forever. Okay. Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena? Huh? I haven't. Never read that before. Should I was acting Rena though? From that response, I gather she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. Good knowledge. Good to know. I could imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from mom. She says thank you for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. How are they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. But this is not in quotation mark. Why don't you just respond to her? This is just his thought there, huh? It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena? Or was it your mom? Why are you asking who made them? Why? Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. Okay, double standard, huh? She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of things are probably the worst. Guys like me. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me! Delicious. Okay, what if... I mean, if... So you're gonna say it's not delicious if it was her mom that picked him? Okay. Huh? Pretty good. To the last one. They went perfectly with the rice. Okay, good review. What are we doing? Her face went bright red again. Okay, I know that I want some more slice of life interaction from the anime, but I feel like this is just a conversation about pickle and rice. Okay, I need to get rid of the fact that it is a visual novel shop. I guess you have a conversation about rice and pickle. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's like 1980s Japan. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Reina never gets taken advantage of my some low life. Keep at it, Reina. I train you until you handle it like the average person. Or so I decided for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out, otherwise I call Reina back to reality so we could make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Reina Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month. Okay, only know her for about a month. Also, so I thought that there's some kind of skip content from the anime where they didn't explain anything in the first month. So we just, I mean the vision of it didn't skip anything though because this is source material. So, okay, so I thought that we're gonna go on over a month entire first chapter. Okay, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. Why her name's strange though? I thought that Ryugu is Ryu mean dragon. Mi-chan, good morning. Coming up the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Yep. Finally, you two are late. Usually you're the one who's late. Wait, who's? This is Reina. This is Mion. In sharp contrast to the diligent Reina, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. Man, the music is kicking in right now. She is Mion Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class. Morning, Reina, and it's been a while, Kei-chan. How many years? I was only off 2 days. Ahaha. You don't say. You were so much cuter back. Okay, I think that I remember this conversation in the first episode though, like Mion's gaze started at my chest, then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Wait, I didn't remember this this thing though from the anime. Okay, so she's looking at his penis. Okay, so she was saying it was my crush that was cute back then. How do you know that, huh? Before you ask, just to be clear, I never actually tried to show it. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. I've grown quite splendidly. You'll be surprised. Okay, I expect that the vision of it gonna have more dirty joke more than the anime, right? Because I don't think the anime even have a time to do this stuff. I've grown quite splendidly. You'll be surprised now. Only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache now. Wow. Being so and gorgeous with energy every morning is quite a problem though. What am I reading? I'll introduce you next time. No, so be sure to greet him properly. Wait, is he talking to me or is he talking to me? What? Don't say next time. Right now, it's just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty before. You could smell it fouling up in morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reached for my fly, Reina began to ramble in a near panic. Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, I mean, Reina, you don't get it, huh? I mean, she get it, but she don't want to say it. Red-faced and flustered Reina tried to play dumb. Yep, but it was obvious that she knew exactly what we were talking about. Yeah, we were talking about, I don't know what is going to be substitute. His fingers. How was it? Seeing the city again. Mion switched gear, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic of to something more befitting the pleasant morning. I was only went for the funeral. I didn't have much time. So yeah, did you look for it? Did you look for it? Look for what? That thing I asked for. Wait, I watched the anime. What was it? I didn't remember that he went to the funeral. I think that he went to the funeral only the first act though, right? You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to look around in toy stores. Wait, why I feel familiar with this conversation now? Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know? It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all. Is this about games again, Mi-chan? Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yep, I want Keijan to bring me back a Westport catalog, you see? Westport was shortened for Western Imported Game. You've seen that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You can't just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, yes, I have to now. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. This time, I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mio is a board and card game enthusiast. And I hear she collected quite a lot of different ones, okay? According to Rena, Mion's room is kind of become a museum of domestic and foreign games. That explains why they do a lot of games in their club. If there's a game you think I understand, let me play too. Heh, of course! If Kei-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough. Just what I want. I play all sorts of games. I don't intend to lose. Whoa. Then, we'll let you in the group this time. I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression poked up even further. I thought boys prefer playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. Understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'll have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I feel like if it acted a bit more open than I usually am, it could probably be about right for this place. Okay. Okay, school time. Okay, toilet break. Okay, I'm back. So far, it's been like what, 30 minutes and we just start at the school scene. Okay, I understand how they drag all of this visual novel playtime or whatever, but I feel like, of course, it's a visual novel. What do you expect? There's no gameplay, there's no choices. Maybe I think of a different type of visual novel. I don't know if every visual novel have some kind of different route. I mean, that's probably just a normal narrative game. I don't think even some people don't consider visual novel a game, more like their own medium, right? So yeah, Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they are studying in the same class. I'm told that long ago, there used to be a bigger school building, and they had an actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead, right in front of the classroom door. So it was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Too bad I wasn't going to fall for that again. For what again, huh? To think you gave up the lead here? You meant for this is to be the test of my skill. Mion chuckled, with a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Reina. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Sadako-chan is... Her name was Sadako Hojo. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious. Sadako, a haughty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess that means you win this round? No, this is Sadako we're talking about. I doubt this is it. This is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transfer, I no longer let my guard down. Sadako like to combine a variety of traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one, traps that are relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. But why I have no memories of this happen in the anime? Wait, did it happen? Wait, man, my memory is fucked. What was Sadako introduction? I thought that Sadako introduced with Rika, or was that the other? Okay, anyway, should I save first? When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. But the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it? I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. Oh? So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Sadako was after, making me focus my attention upward. So as I lifted my hand to the door, look at the floor, right? There were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door, handled with tape, a frightening trap, potent, a terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Sadako, but in the end, nothing more than the trivial machination of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. Ouch. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. That's the sound effect. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kei-chan, watch out! Oh. Instinctively reacting to Mion's shrill warning, twisted my body in mid-air before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow! An inkstone, filled to the brim, was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation had I landed square on it. Okay. Okay, so this is Sadako design. I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I think that she's look taller in this visual compared to the anime. My, what do we have here? Man, how do I do a villainous voice? No, not villainous. Ojo-sama? Yeah, her character type was ho ho ho. A fair morning to you, Keiji-san. And we are lively one out this morning. Still sprawled in my awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was step up from your usual trap, Sadako. Oh yeah. I have the faintest idea what you mean. Wait, this is Sadako talking. The Sadako evil face. You're quite unlucky this morning, you little... Ow. Ow, ow. It seems I inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on the inkstone. Okay, yep. Okay, Rika is here too. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain. Go away. The small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. The pains go away now. Wow, that was easy, huh? Yeah, Rika-chan. Good morning. Good morning to you, Rena. Good morning to all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rena, Mion, and I bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Sadako. I glared over in her direction. Sadako was whistling, while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. Okay, what is this? I am a very model of a good girl. I don't think that's whispering. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Yep. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly. For proof. Wah! I picked up Sadako by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting trap. Jeez, much harder to deal with. I am sorry. Trying saying that. If you won't say it. I caught my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Sadako's forehead. Yo, I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof. So you know, my forehead flick really hurts. Can't split plywood right in half. Okay. Eek! Stop. Get away from me, you beast. Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. Nope. A small hand tucked on the back of my shirt. Aw, she's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Yeah, now I think of that. I think I kind of remember the funeral stuff in the first act. Okay. Rika-chan really is just so. How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Sadako, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eye clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. Okay, I don't know how to do a cry. Wow! It doesn't bother me. What? You mustn't cry, Sadako. Keep on fighting. Yeah? Rika gently patted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess those two are the same age. Yeah, I think Sadako could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trend. Wait a minute! As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. How Sadako is crying. So cute. You can't take them home. Whew. But they're so cute. You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine. Rena kept a cutesy face, even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to the cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. Then I can't just look. Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rena swooned over Sadako, crying form. If Go-Over goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into authorities. Okay, forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring your care packages when they put you away. The teacher is coming. Quickly clean everything up. Sadako, the ringstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The ringstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck to the door handle was an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Sadako was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedroom from before had been neatly tidied up. Aha! We made it in time. Rise! Attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being a teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one, but naturally she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being in the highest grade, is the class end up most doing self-study. They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems that they can never get to their own studies. They are actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. You're pretty good. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. I mean, the more you know, the more you think that you're stupid. They say that to teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting in your own, practice. In contrast, this person over here is quite what's this? Laissez-faire about things. French word? Okay, apparently it's mean let it happen. Okay, so here it is. So it's just let it happen about things. Okay. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on with these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go to the prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exam a little at a time. Man, what is weird because I know that there is Shion, but the first there's no mention of Shion at all, and also Irie too, right? I don't know how it works where I don't know why they don't just introduce those characters. I know that each different arc need to have one more character, but go back to the first arc is filled where they has no mention of that, right? I mean, I know that she only live in another city, but why she? I don't know why. I mean, it's personal space after all, right? It's not like okay. Okay. To know for the entrance exam, little at a time, her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exam. Mi-chan, Keiichi-kun, is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. What? Thanks so much. Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lesson? I didn't remember that Reina talk like this in the anime. Maybe I'm just over exaggerated. A puff of smoke shaped like a halo pops out of Reina's head. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? You're sus now, Reina. What have you been reading? Huh? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So, in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can get into the uni. So, you study just to get into the uni? Well, yeah, basically. Why knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future? Out here, you can get into uni as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study equal entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned to send me into a state of shock. That is right. There are really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone can get into uni, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off, but since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. In a place of shine, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifting through the classroom. Kei-chan, we're done! We're done! It's our wonderful lunchtime! In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that signaled the end of the morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch! What? Star? How do you read that? Star symbol. I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at me. Alright! Let's eat! There seemed to be different cliques, even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different, and we had both boys and girls. But we were reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rena and Mion pushed their days together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Sadako and Rika were slowly lugging their days over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry! Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't be, wouldn't even open their lunch boxes. Keiji-san's lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crust, like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why wouldn't you just show it to us? Come on. Okay, so she just called us poor. I mean, I know her entire character is this Ojo-sama type, right? But after know her backstory in the third arc, I question. I think that she's in poverty, but we're rich, so I'm happy that Sadako play her character, but she's probably coping right now. But I didn't know. I don't think that Sadako uncle. I know that her family situation exists in the third arc. I don't know if it exists in the first arc too. Even though Sadako was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative me, please give the signal to start. At first, this was kinda embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we, well, are friends. Let's eat! Itadakimasu! The sound of our little 5-part chorus echo beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys to see other boys scary. Compared that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes to the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, question mark, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi-kun lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madam Sadako lunch extravagant as well? The stew stuff was a nice look at it, rather trendy. But into the fight that Sadako was starting, our chopsticks locked in across counters, tapping into each other's lunch. Oh, my, how delicious. I somehow remember this scene. I think it's happened in the anime, right? I mean, they eat a lot with their desk. Their 4 desks become 1 desk, right? Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think that they did it. Oh, this tower is good. The stew stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan expression broke into a little smile. Yeah, I saved some from dinner last night. By the way, Sadako and Rika-chan, lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan made this too. This tastes like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes went from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of things. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Sugoi! Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. Oh. There's nothing for you to boast about. Reina's actually better at cooking than I am. Really? Huh. Well, you know, star symbol. It seems that the topic of conversation switched to Reina when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Reina lunch really was the star of the table. Yeah, literally star symbol. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this one so much. Before, so I made a lot this time. It's good. I hope. It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion chopstick aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Sadako and Rika-chan reached over at the same time and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kinda bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena, but Rena seems rather satisfied as she looked on. How did you like it? Isn't Rena an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiji-san. I said that's nothing for you to bust about. You're not much of different from Keiji-chan, Sadako. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Sadako's face went pale. Hey, even I can't tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know? Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Man, Keiji-kun, both taste good when they boil and top with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Mi-chan too. Rena hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed haughtily as she drew closer to Sadako. We'll just pretend it's a little home ec lesson. Now then, Sadako. What's this? Mion lifted up her chopstick. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in a bacon. But that, as per Mion made eye contact with me, and within 3 seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Holding a piece of bacon, wrapped asparagus, and giving her 2 choices. She's pretty terrible. Well, the yellow one is cauliflower? No, wait. The green one is the cauliflower. So which, Probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower. But the green one is, do you really know which wish? How about you just give up? I expect no less from the class representative, the oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just show how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. I think I remember this now. I think that Sadako cried once in the first arc. Yeah. Wow. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to see her age. I love Rena's face. Ha! How cute! Rena entered a state of euphoria as Sadako bawled her eyes out. Rena was in the state of bliss as a raptor cheek against Sadako's head and smothered her. Really, a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right. Then it was the kind of the smile. Rena, Mimi is picking on me. Wow! Is it a hint on Ninia Satoshi? Cute! I think that they trying to translate kawaii, but translated in English is weird. I don't. Do you say cute like this? It's okay, Rena. Rena One-chan will take care of all those bad people who tease my little sister. Oh yeah, fish, poof, bam. It was like a flash of lightning, like literally. What was that just now? Both of Rena fist shot at a supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mio and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, starting up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one right. Today, she went easy on us. Easy, you mean? There's something harder than this. With that, Mio and I both slumped out back into the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rena. Well, see, Sadako-chan, I took care of him. Cute. I want to take you home. Making sure Rena couldn't say it, Sadako stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all! I think she could show, I guess, using Rena like a puppet. Rika-chan massage our bruises without saying a word. Massage our bruises without saying a word. Okay, thanks, Riga. Okay. Okay, it's been like an hour. I think that school stuff was like 30 minutes. I think we at the end of episode 1. Was it? No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Hey, Keiichi-kun, tomorrow, do you have plans or anything? Huh? It was such a direct question from Rena. I had involuntarily blushed. If it was for the date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rena saw me lost for words and realized that I misunderstood that she read that well. No, I didn't mean it like that, you see. Let me drink some water. So apparently, that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rena's in the panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So it wasn't meant that way. I feel like the vision of not maybe because the visual is different from the anime. I feel like Reina isn't as what from my first impression. What was my first impression of Reina in the anime? I think that I feel like she has something hiding, right? She hides something, but this one she feels very innocent, and have no question about her. I think other than she reads some kind of dirty comic books, I guess. Oh really? So it wasn't meant that way, huh? Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection. Keiichi-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Mi-chan. Oh? Unable to hold it any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see this old geezer. Never knew you could push her button like that. Wahahaha. Okay, Mion. Huh? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach, while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well, feeling just a bit guilty. I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. A joke? Since when? Huh? About halfway through. Halfway? So, Kei-chan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start? That means it was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see, saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. I remember this anime, it's feel more hollow. I guess it's probably because the orange lighting evening lightning, right? Feel more scary, I guess. But this one feel like it's still at afternoon or noon, right? It doesn't feel as scary as the anime. So why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rena? Huh? What were we talking about? It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Miyong has teased me. It's just Kei-chan. You probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can ya? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times, that would be like we're playing pin the tail on the donkey. I wouldn't be able to tell up from here. Okay, this is what he's thinking in the anime. What is this analogy? Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes, so you see, tomorrow we were thinking that Mi-chan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You come of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know? Or if I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I am too much of a scam to say so upfront. Keiichi-kun, you're not free perhaps? Perhaps? While Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd be a bit too rough on her, I just gave her, oh shit, sorry, forgive me, apologize, I am free. Great! The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as blossomed into a smile. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agree with Rena. But her being annoying was very interesting, so I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the two of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind. Aw. Huh? Whoa, if Keiichi-kun is okay with that then. I'm the only one come up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maebara. It's regret if the two of us can go could go on a picnic, together. Should we bring a basket, Rena? If we're bringing a basket, I'd make all the food, maybe. Then you ignore me too, Rena. I will tell everyone that you two disappeared into the hotel district together. Yo. Ouch. Don't you ignore me too, Rena. Oh, wait, this, yeah. Oh, then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow is going to be so fun later, Keiichi-kun. Mi-chan, bye. Okay, Rena bounded up like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion, sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Yeah, that indeed happened. Are you alright? There was 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. These Ogisa bodies can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Reina want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. Man, I think that I remember the slaps being more humorous in the anime. I don't know, the way that they made the visual, in this visual novel, I feel like Reina was too violent there. If that happened, the result might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Reina. You need to train up and have a rematch. K-chan, you should. This Ogiza will root for you. Mion and I reaffirm our determination to discover a way to encounter Reina's infallible technique. What? The end of the first chapter? The first sub-chapter, I mean. Okay, so we didn't... It's not even... You have received new tips. We mixed, great. We don't have a uniform. Okay, view new tips. Then I need to save it first, right? Save. Save. End of chapter. No. What? Oh, chapter 1 as in like the sub chapter 1. Okay. Yes. Save. Oh shit. Close. View new tips. What are tips? So right now we are in the same age. Yes, that's right. We're the same zodiac animal too. Hey now, it would be weird if we were the same age, but not in the same zodiac animal. Yeah. That's not true. If your birthday is the same, then you can have different animal even if you're the same age. Huh? Oh, I see. Mia, you're pretty smart. Wait, I didn't fall. Oh, you mean the zodiac years and the solar year is not match, right? Ahahaha. What month are you born, by the way, Keiichi-kun? I am July. Oh, she's July? Rena smiles and puffs up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Heh, don't even. It's impossible to challenge me by birthday. I wouldn't even mind you if you bet $1 per month. Bet 100 yen per month. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, the yen is pretty weak now. Huh? Why? Rena panicked as suddenly being challenged to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I am certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just sending her into panic about something as simple as birthday so fun. I can't help myself. So that means you were born in April, Kei-chan? Right on. Too bad, Rena. I'm already older than Rena. Oh, I see. So, then you're the same age as me, Chan. Well, just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey, now, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I'm the only one to talk. Heh. Now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're into underclassmen, then I can't be underclassman from now on. Mi-chan, you're not making any sense to me. Despite seeing Rena's blushing face, you could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it though. Then Sadako and Rika-chan are underclassmen. Sadako, okay. Their course is so different that they should be in a different school, shouldn't they? Keiichi-kun, you tasted a bit too young. I think. You're not making any sense yourself, Rena. What does she mean? I'll just grab onto her head and scarf it a bit. How? Stop it! Yamete! I wondered about it before, yeah? I was wondering why this school has different school years. All mixed up. Oh, hello? I mean, we pretty much though because there's low population, it's village. There aren't enough classrooms yet, so can't help it. This building is being rented from the forestry services after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. I've thought our school was strange for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel. There's our room that aren't for classes, and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked here. Why is it being borrowed? What happened to the real school? There was one here forever, from before the war. Okay, that's like what, 40 years, 50 years. Okay, it's got dilapidated. They closed it down. This probably was a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend the school in the city. That's pretty far, though, you know. Which school would that be? Did you know there's a school if you pass by the the first Okinomiya mentioned. Okinomiya train station. Turn at the hospital and head to the pediatric department. The pediatric. Will you try to give us some hints? Oh, I thought it just. I know it's just a world building, but this place is gonna be play a part in like an arc, I think, right? The city, the whole cityscape. Wow, so far. I couldn't tell where that was by the location, but I understood it was pretty far from Reina's reaction. Well, that's why the guys that didn't want us to commute to Okinomiya rented out the building from the forestry services and attending this pseudo schoolhouse here. But how the children in Hinamizawa go here? So the other half is Shion, and the Shion is one of the other half. There are quite a lot of kids that come here on bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it might be pretty hard for them to get into higher education. That's not true, Mii-chan. If you study properly, you can go anywhere you want. Yeah, that's right. I totally agree with Reina on this one. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best. All of you, try your best. Man, this feels pretty repetitive right now. Let's try this gambate. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? If you just blink with grades like this. Fine. Just fine. If I get stuck, then I'll just mooch off Kei-chan as he works forever. What do you mean by work forever? What do you mean? Hey, you're too loud. Be quiet during self-study. The teacher yelled at 3 of us. It was completely our fault. Shit, I saw the go side and Charlotte haughtily. I stuck out my tongue at her in response. It is just that Mion says. The school has nothing to do with higher education, but it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things at our school. Don't? Like what, this brat? Okay, so that was one tip. So tips is like I don't know why they call tips. It's not really tips. It's like a non-main story part, I guess. Wait, what was it called? I didn't read. Fuck. It's only June, but it's really so hot. Okay, the cicadas. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping. Me. And at night there are mosquitoes. It might as well be summer already. My only salvation was that the morning were still wait. The morning were still cool. Okay, summer, I do declare. Suki was flapping her skirts languidly. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she still was a girl. Keiji does seem quite cool with just a single button up shirt. I'm so jealous. From now, I see things. The skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. A girl like you just wouldn't understand wearing jeans during this season and how steamy and the crotch gets. It gets steamy, how? Stop mentioning your crotch, Keiji. This girl has can't imagine he seems something indecent. Reina's summer clothes has a nice refreshing color. feel cooler just looking at them. Ha 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 ha, thank you. They really do feel pretty cool. I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Reina's. But Sadako-chan, your summer clothes are so cute, being a one piece at all. I would like to wear your summer clothes. Star symbol. This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe what you're wearing would feel much cooler. Okay, so we have a conversation about clothes. Okay, but it would be so much fun with cute clothes. How? I had a feeling that Reina and Sadako base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform. Oh yeah, I think that's the chapter name. Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they proper, then regular clothes are fine. There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There were a few wearing uniforms, but they were the same design and rather plain. What's the uniform they were wearing? They are the same. That's the city school's uniform. It's not like there's a rule that, but they are wearing them. They're wearing them. Speaking of which, everybody in the group is wearing a different uniform, aren't we? Did you go out of your way to get them from somewhere? Why, yes, Mion-san supplied them. Mi-chan relatives runs second-hand clothing. You could say Yakuza, right? Store. They can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say. For all the country, man. A lot of connection, yeah. So you ask those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniform then? That Mion. She probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. Yeah, I mean, Reina's uniform is probably the most school-like. That must be strange second-hand clothing store. Well, it's indeed strange, but it's a Yakuza second-hand. So of course that is going to be the case. I get that it's a second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from school all over the country? Yeah, I think this is just a hint for the second arc about Sonozaki family. It's pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. Well, that's the point, is stocking up clothes from faraway school. They know nothing about. Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school swimsuit and PE uniforms. I don't like the idea of having used ones. Doesn't sound like that shop make much money. Yes, it doesn't make much money. They're rich already. I mean, they probably have Mion pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. But Mion says, I'll be big hit and became a great store. It's a big hit and became a great store with such conviction. A second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniform will be a big hit? I don't get it. Well, you don't get it, but you see? Okay, so that's all the tips we have for now. Yeah, it's about the uniform. Oh, what did it view all tips? No. Okay, so I think that was the first sub chapter of the chapter 1. So like I said before, I don't know if this is going to be a series or this just be just my first impression of the visual novel. Because to be honest, the first chapter took me like 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I think that's like what, 13 small sub chapters. So it's like more 13 hours, I guess. So yeah, I don't want to click continue right now. And how do I go to the menu? No, go to the menu. Go to the menu. Return back to the main menu. Yes. Okay, I think that's it for the first sub chapter. It didn't tell me that it was the first sub chapter though, right? Right. Yeah, it's end of chapter 1. So I believe that's the end of the first sub chapter. I don't know if I'm gonna do the second one. To be honest, I think that the first, we didn't even get to the meat of the story yet. We just interact with all of these characters and just a slice of life fun. We didn't even reach the first episode of the ending of the first episode of the anime. So yeah, so if you like this somehow, this 1 hour 30 minutes of me yapping and reading this visual novel, well, I will know that if you watch this or not. Maybe I will do it more. I don't know. It depends on me because I think that because we only in like the first chapter, that's why I didn't. I feel that I didn't get much of the core story yet, so I don't want to say that I like the visual novel more than the anime. I feel indifferent for it because this first chapter nothing really happens. We just have a lot of fun and what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is yeah, if you're enjoying this, just watch it. I don't know, give me a like. I don't know how this YouTubing works. Anyway, that's it for I almost say this episode, but that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.